Alrighty, so 1.2 today. These are our notes. Alright, so we're going to start kind of manipulating functions today, adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, a little bit of simplification. Alright, so what I recommend when you do notes is always start a new section on a new page. Because if you start I had that much, 4 inches of room on the bottom of the page, I'm going to start notes here, it gets really confusing. If you have titles at the tops of your pages, it makes finding stuff a lot easier. And then you can always put little sticky tabs on it to say, this is the beginning of Unit 1, this is Unit 2, blah, blah, blah. What kind?
I don't know. It's 0.7.
7, I don't know if I have 7. Yeah, I was going to say, I think yesterday we discovered I have 5 and I have 9, but I do not have 7. Yeah, I've got 5 and 9. Sorry. I have mechanical pencils, though. No, not Bob Ross. All right, so you guys should be writing that. All right. These are just formatting differences. So I always like giving you both options for it so you can see how it would potentially show up. I don't think I wanted to go with a question today so much as challenging you to do something just super nice for somebody. No one in here. You can't do it for somebody else in the class. You got to do it to a total stranger. Just complimenting them on their outfit or I don't know. Yeah. No, total stranger. Yes, where is my compliment? All right, so how we doing? I was going to say, yeah, we should be writing. Which symbol? Yeah, that's a little star. That's a multiplication. Okay, so you had glasses at one point in time. I had a little sheet printed with a grass for today, and I can't find it. All right, can I start scrolling? Anybody need more time? I still don't know what it means. I wasn't here when it got written. Oh, okay. At least one of us figured it out, right? All right, so we are going to be working with these 4 functions quite a bit. All right, so I would write them, and then, literally we're going to do 6 or 7 with these 4 functions. So you're going to want to have them written somewhere where you can see them. So it's a different way of labeling them so you can keep them straight. Does that make sense? So f of x, if I tell you f of 3, but I give you all 4 of these problems, you know to plug it into the equation that's f of x, right? If I give you g of 3, you know to plug it into the one that says g of x. You know how normally you would see y equals this, y equals this, y equals this? Well, at some point, someone decided, okay, I'm not going to have y sub 50. Let's just use different letters. Okay. Bless you. Bless you again. Do you remember in the math office there's that printer? Would you grab I just printed these sheets off. Would you mind grabbing them for me? And then we'll have to cut them up because they'll need them for their notes today. Yes, that is one of the reasons. L of x is also kind of hard because L of x looks like 1x, so that gets a little confusing. And a lot of times we won't use t because t is normally a physics variable for time. And it really does look like a plus. All right, so when it comes to this, let's see if my smartboard is going to be smart today. All right, so for A, I'm looking at f of x and g of x. All right, what do I need to do with my two functions? Brett? Substitute them and do what with them? Add them. Don't overcomplicate this. So f of x is 2x plus 1, and I'm adding x squared plus 2x minus 1. Can you combine anything? All right. So we're just going to combine our like terms. Just pairs. Just straight across, I think is easier. Close enough, it'll fit. All right, so after I've combined my like terms, you guys know standard form for a polynomial? So standard form for a polynomial is thing with the biggest exponent goes on the left, and then you count down on exponents. So x squared plus 4x, and then the ones cancel, so I'm done. That's it. All right. Now for B, we've got g of x minus h of x. So, focus. When you do like B and you're looking at it, the biggest thing I can tell you is like a hint is make sure you use parentheses when subtracting because you need to make sure you distribute that negative all the way through. Okay? So I'm using g and h, so it's x squared plus 2x minus 1, and then I've got to subtract this. Okay? And it's all of that. Max? It doesn't matter. So this is why at the beginning we wrote them in the two different formats, because this format and this format mean the same thing. So it's g of x minus. I have a lot of kids who don't like it written this way, so they'll just rewrite it this way. All right. Can I combine some like terms? I can distribute my negative. So I've got x squared plus 2x minus 1 minus another 1 plus another x. So x squared plus 3x minus 2. What do we think? So far, so good? All right. You want to try C and D on your own or with your neighbors? For a minute? Okay. All right, so there's a method called Punnett Square. How many of you have taken biology and you know what a Punnett Square is? I like Punnett Squares. They are easy. Guess what? You can use it when you're multiplying polynomials by polynomials. Okay? So when I'm doing this one, what was f of x again? And then what's g of x again? Now, you have to make sure those are in parentheses. And there's 6 multiplications that need to happen. So you can't use FOIL. You have to make sure you're going all the way through. Now, how many of you are like, well, that sucks. I don't want to do that. All right, so with a Punnett square, I'm going to use this one in blue, and I'm going to use this one in green. And I'm going to go like this. Draw a little table. It doesn't matter where these go. Like, it doesn't matter if I put the green one on the side or the blue one on the side. I just always go shorter one on the side because That's how I like it. All right, so this makes your multiplication a lot easier because you'll just do row times column. Okay, so x squared times 2x is 2x cubed. 2x times 2x is 4x squared. Minus 1 times 2x is a minus 2x. Easier? Yeah. All right, this one's x squared, this one's 2x, this one's minus 1. Now, the luxury with doing it this way is most of the time on diagonals, you'll have like terms, okay? So I can combine these two, and I can combine these two. Now, the two I just highlighted in purple, what happens with those? They do cancel out, all right? So, it makes writing your final answer a heck of a lot easier. Those cancel, minus 1. And when it comes to showing work, like, that's literally all I need for work, is the little box. Okay? Yeah. All right, how did D go? Didn't get there yet? Okay, I can pause it. All right, so for this one, we had h of x, and that was what, 1 minus x? 1 minus x. And I'm dividing it with 1 over x, correct? So that's called a complex fraction, which basically means it's a fraction inside of a fraction. Normally makes people cry, okay? Instead of dividing by a fraction, can I multiply by the reciprocal? So the reciprocal of 1 over x is just x. So this leaves me with an answer of x minus x squared. You could rewrite it as negative x squared plus x. They the same thing. Oh, you didn't distribute? It's Friday. We can do it. All right. Do we want to do a couple more of these? Yes? I'm going to scroll just a little bit. Okay. Stop scrolling. Stop scrolling. No. You jerk face. All right. So, here's our next 3. All right. I want to write these down. Leave yourself some space. Can't lose your pink pencil, man. Still using the same stupid functions. Until they give you a new set of functions, you're still using the same original functions. Yes? So, this is literally just plugging stuff in. All right. What was h of x again?
1 minus x.
All right. So h of 4 is going to be 1 minus 4, which is negative 3. Okay. What was j of x? All right. Then what do I need to do with them? Add them. All right. So negative 3 plus 1 4 is negative 2.75, or negative 2 3/4, or negative 11 over 4, whatever floats your boat. They're all the same. But pretty snazzy. So I always recommend to kids, instead of trying to find what the function should be when I add them together, plug it in first, then add them, or then divide them, or then subtract them. All right, it just makes life a heck of a lot easier. All right, we want a minute to work on F and G. Okay. Still math is going to be a lot easier. All right, so for F, I've got F of -1. We'll go purple. F of -1. And that is 2 times -1 plus 1. So -2 plus 1 is a -1. Yes? All right. H of -1 is 1 minus -1. So what's 1 minus -1? 2. All right, and I got to divide them. So when you're subtracting a negative, you're taking away a bad thing, so you're really adding a good thing. Okay. Think of it like distributing a negative. All right. How did that one go, though? Easy? We liking it? All right. And then, that's not where I'm at on the notes. What is your malfunction today? All right. G and H. So, G of 0 is 0 squared plus 2 times 0 minus 1. Don't need a parenthesis. Don't know why I wrote it. So that's just going to be -1. And then H of 0 is 1 minus 0, which is 1. And finally, -1 minus 1 is just -2. Yay. All right, so we're going to need to paste these notes, or those graphs, in your notes. Now, make sure that the parabola is facing the right way. All right, and if you're in doubt, look at the numbers. If the numbers don't make sense, you might have it flipped upside down. All right, and it's regular tape today, not double stick tape. So I'm going to start putting them on my fingers. You need to grab them. I did, but I don't know where it is. Oh, I just gave you one. I don't know. You can put it that way if you want. Oh. Grabbing tape is hard sometimes. By 7th and 8th period, I felt like the guy in the commercial who was like, you gotta be quicker than that. Come on. Yeah, the bathrooms are closed because apparently there's some new TikTok trend where we pull soap dispensers off the wall. Like, what is wrong with you heathen children? Yeah.
It was my friend. She took a picture.
Don't be a snitch.
No. Like, focus. You got tape? Tape.
There were, like, I saw one where it's
Oh, you just tape it on the top? Sure, why not? All right, ready? Yeah, guys, Mike is our head custodian, and he's freaking awesome. Like, seriously, if you know who does stupid crap like that, like, I'll be super low-key about it. Come tell me, because we don't piss off Mike. Like, if I break something, I call Mike, Mike immediately comes and fixes it. There's 3 people you suck up to when you're in a high school. The secretaries, the custodians, and security. Always. Alright, those are the big 3. They run everything. They know where everything is. Okay? So, don't overcomplicate these either. Okay? Take a peek. Guys, this one's f of x. This one's g of x. I know, right? So, yes. Like, where's Waldo? All right, so I've got to do f of negative 3. So 1, 2, 3 is here. So f of negative 3, we got up here at 6. And then I got to go over here to g of negative 3. 1, 2, 3. That's 5. And then what do I need to do with those 2 numbers? Oh, JK. I know. Yeah, I'm just adding them. So 6 plus a negative 5 is 1. That's it. All right, so I'm going to scroll past the pictures here for a second because I want you guys to see the examples, and then we'll talk and make sure we got everything in the right spots. Yes, it records audio. I'm literally wearing a mic. Yeah. All right, so what do we think about B and C? Do we agree? Any we need to go over? No? Sweet freedom, we're done? Score.